That Gen 9, huh? I really didn't expect it, but honestly, I'm really glad to see it. How about those starters though? Sprigatito, Fuecoco and Quaxly. I'm really a fan of these, especially Sprigatito because I just love cats. I'm a crazy cat lady. Quaxly, I'm very neutral about, which is weird because I usually like the water ones the most, but Gen 8 and 9, they just keep surprising me unless the final evolutions turn out to be garbage. But since final evolutions of the starters are usually revealed like a month before release, there are a lot of months on where we can just speculate and speculate and speculate. I mean, we have a region that's based on the Iberian Peninsula, you know, Spain, Portugal. It's like, what are they gonna do? What are the typings gonna be? What's the theme gonna be of these starters, you know? I'm just really looking forward to it. I'm looking so much forward to it that I in fact made my very own Fakemon designs that I'm just really excited to show you all. So if you just want to go see that part, the bread and the butter of this video, then, you know, just go skip on ahead. Before I go into the designs, I must say this. I'm a beginner. I'm a total beginner. I've only been drawing seriously for about 8 months. I'm far from being a professional. I haven't mastered any fundamentals. Most of what I do is just practice. You see this piece right here? That was me practicing values. And that was like a month ago because most of the time I spend drawing nowadays was these Pokemon. And they took a long time because, again, you gotta sketch. You know, you gotta sketch. I sketched like at least 3 to 2 designs for these Pokemon before scrapping them. So the designs you're about to see, they're not the first ones, obviously. I just had a lot of like theories to do. I had to think a lot, you know. And I also had to show my progress to some people because I can notice when something's off about a drawing, but not exactly what. I'm not that good yet. So I have to show it to some people, specifically Gamer Knight. Now this guy's really cool. He's been a fan of the channel for a long time. He's my friend as well, and he just really helped me out with the art. Like, he is so good at art, and just his help just helped tremendously. So thanks to him, and also go check out his DeviantArt and his Twitter. He makes some really cool art, and he also has Fakemons as well. Going in the right order, I have to start with my evolution for Sprigatito, which also turned out to be my favorite. Now, I don't have any time-lapse because I didn't really know how it worked in Clip Studio Paint, so I'll just talk about it while doing some zooms here and there, but don't worry, if I ever do this again, I will have a time-lapse. So, my main idea for this Pokemon was actually based on Sprigatito's personality. Starter Pokemon nowadays seem to have a lot of emphasis put on how they act, and I noticed that that was missing from a lot of fan designs. Sprigatito is described as being mischievous and attention-seeking, so I made sure to emphasize that in my design, giving it a very bright and colorful look. One of the main inspirations I had was a sword fighter, specifically fencing, mainly based on the Spanish fencing method called destreza, which was often combined with defensive weapons such as a cloak, which you can see right here. This is an evolution of Sprigatito's little bib, scarf, whatever it's called, you know, the little thing on its neck. Grass-type starter Pokemon tend to have something about them that grows as they evolve, and I thought that this would be the best way to do it. Now, this fence that this Pokemon has is actually its tail, because I knew I wanted to give it a sword, but I don't know, giving a Pokemon a loose sword, it just doesn't look right. It just had to be a part of its biology. So this tail has a sharp end, which is prickly like a cactus. This was partially inspired by the cactus cat, which is a creature from the American Southwest. I just thought that that would be a cool small detail to add. And this tail fence sword can also be retracted at will. The things on its face, I don't know what they're called, but like they stick out from the bottom of its face. These are also pointy and prickly just like a cactus. Another detail of Sprigatito I needed to evolve was the pattern on its head, you know, the leaf behind its eyes, so I did some things with it. Firstly, a mask for the eyes, along with some leafy eyebrows, kind of resembling Zorro in design, and a scar on his left eye, which actually isn't a scar, mind you, but we'll get into that. But most importantly, the sunflower-like pattern on his face, because that's actually the Aegusquilore, a flower that is used as a symbol of protection from general bad things, evil magic, disease, and all of that. It means the flower of the sun, and it originates from Basque mythology, the Basque people being a group of people living in the Basque country, which is in between France and Spain. This Pokemon also sports a mustache, so I definitely imagine it like twirling it and being a little bit cocky. I just thought that would be a cool detail, you know, it looks very mischievous. It's also based on the Iberian lynx, which I thought was a pretty the obvious turn to take with Sprigatito. Oh, and it's also got two little cute saber teeth, because, you know, saber-toothed tiger and all. How grass starters generally resemble some type of prehistoric animal. Yeah, this is basically just a quick nod to that. Finally, I make this Pokemon's ears and top head shape look very much like a hat in silhouette, because I've learned that a strong silhouette is pretty key to making a good design. And those pink flowers that stick out, resembling feathers, well, they're actually based on the Tucria marum plant, which is also commonly more known as cat thyme, or kitty crack. Cataflowor, the performance Pokemon. This Pokemon is a swordsman and showmanship, showing off fantastical skills in front of Pokemon and humans alike. It loves attention more than anything else, and even closes one of its eye around others, boasting about the time it's got a nasty scar in a dangerous fight. I'm not the best with dex entries or names, but pretty much Cataflowor likes to show off, all the time. Evolving from Sprigatito's cute attention-seeking personality, this evolution bears all the qualities of a drama queen. It's far from being an actual master in swordsmanship, but it can fool others quite easily, hence its fairy typing, enhancing its prankster-like nature. In battle, its main attacking strategy involves using a lot of feints, and its signature move is called Fake Blade, where it pretends to slash with its sword, but instead just uses its claws. Just think of the move False Surrender. Just think about False Surrender. You know, the signature move of Grimmsnarl, where it pretends to surrender. This is a fairy type move, around 90 base power, and has a chance to lower the opponent's attack. And regarding stats, I can definitely imagine this Pokemon being a very fast Pokemon, with moderately decent attack. So think something like Cinderace. Cataflowor is definitely my favorite. Again, I'm just so happy with design. I love the chaotic energy it gives off, because, well, that's very fitting considering it's a cat. And cats are just, well, little chaotic dudes that live in your house, and I just wanted to represent all of that in this design. So if you like to fool about and confuse your opponents, well then Cataflowor is the Pokemon for you. Next up is Fuecoco, and just like Sprigatito, I instantly knew what I wanted to do with it. Just like the kitty, I also fully embraced on Fuecoco's personality, that being its laid-back nature. So I instantly thought of Pokemon like Snorlax, Slacking, you know, Pokemon with big body proportions, big and friendly looking. And I knew that I had to do something with the Cucafera, a sort of dragon slash tortoise slash crocodilian creature from Cantalodian legend. And this has been discussed in the community a bit as possibly actually being the inspiration for Fuecoco. But I wanted to do more than just that, so I also threw in the Morocco as well. This is a dragon from Cantalan mythology, which is known to have a mouth so wide that it can swallow humans whole. It's still mostly Cucafera, but Morocco's in there with the big appetite and the skills that stick out of the head to the side. And then it clicked, since Fuecoco has a pepper theme going on, you know, food. I thought, okay, so a huge crocodilian-like Pokemon that's friendly, but also likes to eat a lot. So I went with a big friendly chef that cooks up food and loves sharing, but also does things in its own way, so don't rush this Pokemon. The main body shape was also inspired by those cartoon chefs, you know, big white hat, big round belly, along with the famous OK sign that a lot of these chefs seem to have in illustrations. The yellow sack that was on Fuecoco's belly has also transformed into a whole chef uniform, and the yellow strands on top of Fuecoco's head have become a chef's hat. I also translated the white part of Fuecoco's face, you know, that sort of looks like a mask, into an actual mask on this evolution, it being a mask as hard as steel. Its tongue was a bit hard for me to grasp. I wanted it to look like bubbling lava, you know, like Macargo, really hinting at its appetite, so I hope I did that okay. Since all fire-type starter Pokemon have fire that just gets stronger the more they evolve, I figured a tongue that looks like hot lava would be best suited. Fire is also coming out of its nose holes, which acts as sort of an escape for the heat in its body, as crocodiles have their mouths open to prevent overheating. I've seen a lot of designs that make Fuecoco look mean or threatening later, but I don't know, I just vibe with this little cute guy and I would love to see him evolve into a big cute guy. Also, I realized that yes, the color scheme might be interpreted as very McDonald's-y, you know, with the yellow and red, but hey, if this dude reminds you of food, then all the better, right? Cucafera, the cooking Pokemon. Almost nothing can cook as well as a Cucafera. It's even outcompeting humans with its skills, although it lacks the energy which holds it back from cooking even more. So just a big friendly looking dude. Imagine like a cool barbecue dad that lives next to you or something. Heck, I was even thinking that maybe this Pokemon could appear in some restaurants in the region, you know, as sort of a mascot. Maybe that's giving a certain starter more love, but hey, maybe they could all have something extra going on. Don't let its relaxing nature fool you though. In battle, it can be a force to be reckoned with. Its signature move, Metallic Jaw, is a steel-type move with 100 in base power, which has a small chance to lower the opponent's defenses. And with how big this Pokemon is, you betcha it has a lot of HP, and also a high attack stat to make sure that its chomping hurts, though it is very slow in battle, so be sure to think fast. If you like to do things at your own pace and just relax, then Kukafera is definitely the Pokemon for you. Alright, lastly there is Quaxly. So this one definitely took the longest, because there were so many directions that I could have gone with. Originally I wanted to do something with pirates, but everyone was doing that, so I wanted to do my own thing. So I looked at the Cantabrian Ventilines. These are basically air nymphs, air fairies, and what they do is help people lost at sea. So I thought, ooh, an angelic bird design? That could work out really well. And then its flying typing would also just make sense, you know, it's not just, oh, it's flying because it's a bird. No, it's an angelic thing. But that didn't work out. Then I just really decided to hone in completely on Quaxly's personality. With it being a very earnest and tidy Pokemon, you can assume that it'll evolve into quite a serious Pokemon. Then I thought, you know what'd be cool? A Pokemon that uses its own feathers for riding. And then I remembered, wait a second, who's that world-famous Spanish writer again? You know, the one who wrote Don Quixote, a book that's been referenced tons of times and had a major influence on the writing community? What was his name again? Oh yeah, right, Miguel de Cervantes. So I looked him up, I looked at some fashion he was wearing, you know, generally baggy clothing. I took that, I put it into my design, then I also took the hat that Don Quixote likes to wear, and I also took some magpies, because yeah, blue-footed buoys and ducks are great and all, but they don't really scream intelligence, but you know what does? Magpies. These are some of the smartest birds, and they're commonly found all across Europe. I especially really like the thing around its neck. I don't know what it's called, but like, you know, one of those like old-timey things that people had around their neck. But anyway, that's where this Pokemon gets its main riding feathers. It's also got a feather in its hand, in the pose, which is supposed to be like a pun of the pen being stronger than the sword, but it doesn't use its feathers as swords at all. The feather that this Pokemon has in its hand is used as some type of anchor for its special abilities, you know, so it's able to harness its power through a device that is used for intelligence and associated with it. I guess a weird type of wand would be the best way to describe it. Due to this, it can also just write amazingly fast and create psychic writing that can instantly make you see what it's trying to write. Like when you read a book and you imagine the scenarios in your head. Except with this Pokemon, it just does the writing for you and it's instantly putting it into your brain like some type of movie. Corvantes, the novelist Pokemon. Corvantes' intellectual writing often gets confused for the works of humans. So much so that libraries all over the world have books misplaced from this Pokemon in their inventory. This Pokemon's innate abilities allow it to use the move Mental Library, which is a psychic type move invading the mind with all sorts of written up images meant to distress the user, or potentially heal an ally. It has a base power of 90 and has a chance to boost your own special attack. And this Pokemon's high special attack and high special defense will certainly help a lot during a battle. If you like taking things seriously and don't like fooling around, then Corvantes is definitely the pick for you. So if I had to pick out a theme for these starters, I'd say it would be something like, you know, jobs, occupations, professions, and just Spanish culture in general. Because, like, at the end of the day, we can speculate as much as we want about these starters, but we don't even know what the theme of these games is going to be. We don't know what the region looks like. We don't know of the culture of the region, you know. So all we can do is like heavily speculate. We can say, oh, it'll be this insert generic Spanish thing, you know, but that's all we got until now. So maybe I'll do a redesign one day, maybe, but I definitely really enjoyed drawing these Pokemon. Like, holy crap, I had a lot of fun. And I hope you all had a lot of fun seeing me draw as well. Sorry that there were no time lapses. I'll do that next time. If I'm gonna do another one of these, I'm thinking about it. It would be fun to create more Pokemon. So yeah, if you all want to see more Pokemon, please let me know. And of course, tell me which one was your favorite, because I love these babies. I want to know which one's the best in your opinion. So let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, just drawing was really fun. I want to do more of it on the channel. Like, honestly, I just thought that I was locked into just doing Pokemon biology and all of that stuff. Like, it's still fun, I'll be real, but I don't know, I just got such a huge interest and passion for art nowadays, and I really want to incorporate that into the channel. And sure, it might be bad for the channel, but I really don't care that much about the numbers anymore. So yeah, that was a fun video. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'm gonna go now, bad with finishing things. And of course, before I go, I wanna give out a massive shout out to my assistant, professor, and lecturer patrons. You guys are still here, which is awesome. Like, honestly, y'all are the freaking best. Okay, so we got DeltaMajora, Ty Burns, and Michael Piccirilli. Y'all are the best. Again, super cool. Awesome. With that being said, I hope y'all have a good day, night, or morning. And as always, take care.